Good morning everyone. Nadhani kila mtu ashakunywa breakfast bana. Tuanze job, si ndio? Okay, good morning once again. The Transition Ad-hoc Committee, composed of 7 members, was established by the NEC on 21st December with the mission to ensure a seamless transition within the Federation. Our mandate was to assess the Federation internal system, focusing on human resources, financial management, and legal matters. While providing recommendations on to strengthen governance, preserve institutional integrity, prepare the incoming leadership, and address key administrative and financial gaps. We completed our work on 31st January and handed the report to the FKF President. And I now invite the President, Mr. Hussein Mohammed, to address you on the findings and recommendations. Thank you very much. Mko mbali bana. Juu. Mbele. Sikuje mbele.
Members of the Fourth Estate, NEC members present, FIFA representatives who are today here as observers, and they are here for our induction program for NEC and the Secretariat. Stakeholders who are present, Hamjambo. I will read this statement and take questions after from members of the Fourth Estate, and it is a summary of the report, but we will wait for the NEC to to validate and to publish the report before we give the detailed report to the media and the general public. In line with our promise to inculcate the culture of transparency and accountability in the Federation, we take this opportunity to update our stakeholders and the general public on progress we are making in reforming FKF. The Transition Ad-hoc Committee of Football Kenya Federation recently completed a comprehensive assessment of the Federation's internal systems, focusing on human resources, financial management, and legal matters. The findings highlight several areas of concern and present a clear roadmap for reform and a clear roadmap for reforms. The mandate of the committee was established by FKF by NEC members on the 21st, 2024, with a mission to ensure a seamless transition within the Federation. The committee's mandate include, but was not limited to, strengthening governance, preserving institutional integrity, preparing the incoming leadership, and addressing key administrative and financial gaps within the Federation. The key findings and areas of concern were: 1, the human resource processes and potential fraudulence of contracts of employees, which whereby one of the most critical findings concerning the HR processes within FKF was the assessment, and which the assessment revealed was there were significant gaps in the Federation's human resources systems, including lack of HR policies, and FKF, we realized, does not have HR policies and procedural manuals, leading to inconsistencies and inefficiencies in recruitment, employment contracts, and payroll management. Second thing was potential in fraud in terms of contractual obligations or having the right contracts with employees. FKF does not have HR policies. I've mentioned about that. But we also noticed there was a disturbing pattern of potential fraud and irregular recruitment practices within the Federation. Employment contracts were found to lack basic security features and were irregularly signed, raising serious concern over their authenticity. There was also a concern on the lack of defined salary grading system, causing pay inconsistencies and dissatisfaction and low morale amongst the employees within the Federation. The committee has recommended a full forensic audit to verify the authenticity of contracts, an overhaul of HR policies, and the introduction of standardized grading, salary grading systems. The second thing is on, which is of big concern now to the rest of the country, not only the FKF, but to all stakeholders, which is referees, match manipulation, and hooliganism. The state of refereeing in Kenya is a key concern for all stakeholders, with several challenges that undermine the integrity of the sport. There's allegations of corruption and bias. Referees face significant challenges such as allegation of bribery, match fixing, and a lack of professionalism. This has severely tainted the image of the sport. There's also a big concern now around hooliganism. A rise in incidences of violence and disruptive behavior at matches have also raised concerns over the safety and integrity of the sport. The committee has recommended the establishment of clear merit-based promotion policies for referees, a comprehensive code of conduct, and an enhanced focus on training and capacity building to improve professionalism, and initiate a legislative process to address match fixing in the long term. This should include clear legal frameworks, severe penalties for offenders, and a dedicated legal committee to oversee this effort. Collaboration with law enforcing agencies or law enforcement agencies will be critical in addressing these matters. The third one, on fiscal management and debt crisis. The financial situation of FKF is precarious, with several alarming issues identified. FKF operates over 16 bank accounts with unclear purposes and lack of transparency. 2 outstanding liabilities of FKF, and as of 31st of December 2024, the outstanding payables and amount to 383,940,846, almost 400 million shillings. These includes debt with external agencies and service providers, which pose a significant financial risk to the Federation. There's also a concern around disparity in the funding for youth football and women football in particular, with men's football, our senior teams, receiving the bulk of the funding and support from the resources gained at the Federation. The committee recommends that all accounts are consolidated within reason at the shortest time possible, restructure the debt portfolio after an audit, and to have a thorough, in-depth forensic audit, and increase the funding for women and youth football to ensure equitable development of the game. The fourth item is on the legal status and ongoing cases at the Federation. FKF is facing numerous legal challenges with 21 ongoing cases related to the Federation's operations. These include disputes over previous elections, unpaid legal fees, and other contractual matters. The Federation's legal costs and the mounting cases present a further strain on its resources. The committee recommends the establishment of a legal panel and harmonization of all legal fees and a review of pending cases to ensure that only relevant matters are pursued and closed, that all relevant matters are pursued and closed. There is also a push for more efficient and cost-effective dispute resolution mechanisms such as mediation and arbitration. Ladies and gentlemen, we must reform FKF. There are no shortcuts. I shall be presenting the detailed report by the Ad hoc Transition Committee to NEC for validation and publication. The committee's recommendations offer a clear path forward. The proposed reforms are aimed at restoring transparency, accountability, and professionalism within the Federation, ensuring that FKF can foster long-term growth and development of Kenyan football. The committee calls on all stakeholders, including government bodies, football clubs, and the general public, to support the implementation of these reforms for the future of the sport in Kenya. As you may well know by now, Kenya is still under restrictions at FIFA, and that has incapacitated the federation in terms of its operations to a certain degree, to a certain level, and we are working very hard to ensure that we regularize our membership status with FIFA, with CAF, so that we are able to catch up to the rest of the region in matters football development. And I'm very hopeful that in the coming weeks and coming months, the relationship between the Federation and FIFA will greatly improve to ensure this stability within the Federation. We are lucky enough in the last 2 days, we've had our FIFA counterparts from Rwanda, from our regional office in Rwanda around to take us through the induction of what we need to do for us to be able to now operationalize the Federation well and recover from lost time. So within the next couple of weeks and months, my prayer is that we will be making an announcement on the progress we've made on the lifting of restrictions on Kenya that will regularize our membership to be so that we are able to now advance at a better pace. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, with those remarks, I want to say thank you very much for your for the audience, and I think at this point we'll take a few questions, and you will allow us to continue with the day's program.